and welcome back to another episode of MB2 Underground. Whether you're looking to go on a magic carpet ride to a whole new world or to meet the Avengers of the dental community, we've got it all today. My name is Sarah Kiefer.
And I'm Jonathan Tyrock, better known as JT. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, how's it going?
It's great.
How many times have we said you can just say JT?
Probably every podcast since I first said better known. Well, I don't know that I said that in the first podcast, but we keep getting new listeners every week.
I don't think so.
And watchers on YouTube.
Definitely
Shout out,
not.
YouTube guys. So, I just wanted to know that I actually have a real name.
That's great.
I went through life without people really ever calling me by my first name. So
I went through life without having a nickname. I always wanted a nickname, but Sarah, there's nothing short for it.
I got a great nickname for you.
Oh, God.
Kickball. But we'll move on. There's a story behind that, which we probably should have shared in your podcast.
No, that's okay.
But that'll forever be your nickname for me, or my nickname for you. Today, we've got some exceptional gentlemen joining us that I'm actually really excited to get to know. They are MB2 partners. So without any more delay, we've got Dr. James McDonnell and Dr. Eric McMahon of the Smile Lodge. Welcome, gents.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thanks.
So in our cramming session ahead of this podcast, we were reading your website and your About Me page, which is where I learned that your favorite color is confetti. Yours wasn't apparently interesting enough for me to remember. I just remember the confetti one.
Because he's colorblind.
Yes, actually, I did remember that.
Kind of ableist, Sarah.
Yep. Well, I was really
I thought we were an inclusive
New
podcast,
nickname.
but
I was telling JT how excited I was because I can't tell the difference between black and navy, which is like my own version of colorblind. But I saw that you were an Avengers fan, superheroes fan, and I saw that you were an Aladdin fan.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I tried to blend those two, which Aladdin has a special place in my heart because Jafar was my first crush. Like do y'all remember who
she's
your
always
first
liked
crush
bad
was?
boys, clearly.
Wow, okay.
I mean, Jafar, Brad,
No, but do y'all
guys.
remember like being a kid and like the first time you had a crush on like that's all we watched.
Yeah, mine was
Trying to remember.
Sigourney Weaver, Ripley.
I didn't have an animated person crush, though, Sarah.
I had somebody whose first crush was teenage Simba.
Okay, that's
That's
interesting.
okay.
I don't know what's weirder, Jafar or
Don't yuck anybody's yum.
teenage Simba, not grown Simba.
Well, he's
Not-
only a teenager for like 15 seconds, too.
It is.
Walking on the
Was
log.
it his
Right.
hair that you think your friend was like, oh man, that hair is
I didn't ask
sick."
follow-up questions. I was like, that tracks. I could see why you would find him attractive.
Interesting.
At least Jafar was human.
So, Dr. McDonnell, what might I ask you? What's your favorite movie? We know that Aladdin is Dr. McMahon's favorite movie.
I mean, the most iconic movie for me has got to be Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Just the most quotable.
Have
The
you
first
seen?
one?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the second one's good, but the first one's epic.
Yeah.
Have you seen the F1, the new movie F1 with
No.
Brad Pitt? It's
Directed by the same? Produced by the same?
yeah, the Top Gun Maverick guys produced. It's an Apple actually really went hard in the paint on F1. It's a really good movie. It's got the same kind of vibes as Top Gun Maverick.
Cool.
And I had
but-
just as many expectations, and it surpassed every single one of them.
Oh, that's
Really?
the
It
best.
was so
when you
good.
go in thinking it's to be awesome, and then it's
Yeah.
actually way better.
No,
than
I went in going, why am I watching a movie about people driving in circles over and over? Because when I went to Europe last year, we saw the F1, the Dutch Grand Prix, the trial run, and I was like, okay, I've seen them go around 3 times, or can we go now? So I kind of thought that's what it was so good.
Yeah, my
10 out of
kids
10.
my kids were like, Dad, is this like a movie that they're just gonna talk? I was like, no, there's action.
just gonna
and
talk.
and they sat there and they're like, this was the best movie ever. And I'm
Right.
like, well, it's
Oh,
'cause
that's
they're
good.
driving around in circles.
So how did you learn you were colorblind?
Okay, there's actually a funny story. So I'm in preschool, and they have this thing where they put the patterns up, like with these blocks and bears, and you got to do like the different shapes. So I get the blocks in the right spot, but I sat there literally, and the entire class was like, it was 2 chairs, and I'm doing my thing, going like, "Is it right?" And Mrs. McClay was like, "No, it's not right." And then like the whole class went through. So like after, my mom picked me up, and Mrs. McClay goes, Mrs. McDonnell, I
He
think
felt colors.
your son may struggle through life. He's, special needs, because they didn't know. It was the 70s,
Yes.
so they didn't know, right?
Yeah.
So, so when I got into dental school, I called Mrs. McClay, like, "Hey, you like apples?" I was colorblind. I like them apples.
Okay, so you're colorblind.
Yeah.
And Dr. McMahon, you played soccer in college,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yep.
I'm a
You
big
can do
soccer
that
guy.
good
So
colorblind.
yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You can, as long as the ball you can see. It's, I guess as
black
long as
and
it's
white.
not snowing.
Isn't the ball? Isn't
Yeah,
soccer
it's
ball
mostly-
black and
Yeah.
white?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
He said, "Isn't a
nowadays,
soccer ball
yeah.
mostly black and white?" Oh, sweet baby.
Where'd you play soccer?
So I grew up playing soccer my whole life, and it's funny because college like is such a blur to me. Like I'm playing soccer, I'm trying to get good grades, but I didn't know what being a dentist was. No clue, and so that was just something that was always ingrained in me. And I'm embarrassed to say I didn't drink a beer, do anything. Zero friends from college. All I did is try to crush grades and play soccer.
Athlete's life.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it was a blur. And then I get to dental school and I meet a bunch of like-minded people, and it was like the world changed. I'm like, oh,
Is this what having friends is like?
yes.
I love
Like,
that
you
for
know,
you.
And I have my friends like from childhood, and but like college was just a blur. So I can thank soccer for that.
That's cool. What position did you play?
I was a stopper.
Okay,
So,
love that.
I
So
had.
did you have to stop the ball?
Yes, I did with my head a lot. So this is the whole thing. You're not supposed to do that now, but my whole life I've just been heading every ball that
Yep.
came in the air, and I love my
That
parents.
explains a lot, bud.
Yeah, and if I ever have any issues, like, well, I did head the ball a lot, but
It's why your favorite
CT
color
and soccer.
is rainbow, because you
It's not
continually
rainbow.
see stars.
It's confetti.
Oh,
confetti,
confetti,
rainbow,
sorry.
same. Yeah,
Sorry.
I get you. It's blur.
Confetti. That's actually more applicable.
But I'll
there.
thank my dad for that, because my parents are hard workers, and they were like very simple, like, you're not playing football, you're not riding a motorcycle,
Whoa, those are our
don't
two
you
rules.
ever work at the post office, because that's how they met. So
Oh.
I'm like, okay. So all my friends played football, and so I just grew up like, okay, well, I'll play soccer, and like, I'm like the biggest guy in the team by far, like growing up, and it was just like what I did, just hit balls in my head.
There you go.
And
Do you have a
it's-
team that you follow now, or you root for or cheer for now?
It's funny. It's the San Francisco 49ers, which are not a soccer team.
Okay.
So, I grew up in the Bay Area, so I'm watching the 49ers play a lot, and I never watched soccer on TV, like, at all. Which all my friends, I feel bad, because, like, I love Omar. Shout out to Omar. He'll, oh, what's your team? What's your team? I don't have a team. Like, I should, but I don't.
That's how I feel with tennis. I started taking adult tennis lessons, and everybody in my class like got into watching tennis, and I don't. That's none of my business.
We can anoint you an Arsenal fan, because I'm an Arsenal fan. Omar's an Arsenal fan. So you can be an Arsenal fan. It's a good time to be an Arsenal fan, too.
Okay. All right.
So there you go.
Arsenal.
Now we've given you your allegiance.
Who's going to hate me? Chelsea fans? Like, who's
Tottenham.
Tottenham. Okay.
Who's
yeah.
Chelsea?
Yeah. That's another
I'm
That's
just kidding.
another London team. Okay.
Sweet, sweet girl.
So you said you grew up in the Bay Area. Dr. McDonnell, you're from New York.
Yep.
The practice is in New York. How did you guys end up?
Did y'all meet before the practice started, or did y'all meet after the practice started? Where do we start?
After.
Okay,
After.
so let's
I guess
talk
this
about
is a cool story. This is more my story, because he was already doing his thing.
Then let's talk about the genesis of the office, and then we'll get to y'all's meet cute.
Okay. So my wife and I met in Boston.
Okay.
So I'm in dental school and I meet my wife. And I'm from New York. So she's like, yeah, let's go. We met my parents for the first time, bringing her back. And we're from upstate New York, but she's thinking Manhattan. So we have like one 4-way intersection in my hometown, right? And so she gets there. She's like, oh, yeah, she's all...
Like West Texas
We're going to
versus
Argyle, and
Dallas.
she's like, got like the bags packed, with all the clothes. And I'm like, okay, honey, like whatever. We're just, or we might go to the fair, So where's all the lights? And then so my mom was like, hey, you want to go to the mall? I said, sure, but like Amy says, like the door's locked, and it was like a hour-long trip just to get to the mall. So anyway, Amy loved upstate New York though. Like she just loved it, and so she's like, we can go anywhere, but like, I really want to go back there. My parents were there. And so, so my mom, like all good moms, puts like a ad in the local paper, who's who, or what are they doing? So I graduated from up there. So like, he's going to graduate from dental school. And the office I joined there was a Dr. John Globerson, and he had a lady working for him, Linda Hanley, saw the thing in the paper.
Oh my gosh.
And then he called me. And so we just that's where it started. So we're back in.
Is that like the original
upstate.
Craigslist?
Yeah, it was called the newspaper.
The classifieds.
Yeah. So that's how
It was
that
black
that's
and white
happened,
also. So
Okay, sorry. I know I said let's go back to the beginning, but let's go backer to the more beginning. What made you decide to go to dental school? And then to become a pediatric dentist?
It's a very inspiring story.
Yes,
so,
that's just what my dad needs.
Yeah,
from our listeners.
yeah. Shout out Jeff. You're gonna love this one. It's coming
Mr. Kiefer.
coming in hot. Okay,
Awesome.
So I was I was in high school, and I had a great chemistry teacher, Mr. Morse, just an awesome chemistry teacher. He taught me how to see it and understand it, so I didn't have to study it.
Okay.
That's cool.
And other people really struggle with it, but I was just like, I could get it, right? So I said, well, maybe I should be a chem major. So I'm in college. I didn't have the same experience that Dr. McMahon had. Let's just leave it at that. And so I'm a junior in college, and I got to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. But I know I don't want to be a chemist. So I'm going to a grad school fair. I should have got this guy's name because I'm walking down he was from NYU Dental, and he had a little booth in the grad school fair. Nobody was there. And I was just kind of walking out. He literally came into the aisle. It's like, hey, you want to be a dentist? I'm like
those people at the mall. They're
yeah,
like, you want
like
extensions?
literally, like they wanted to squirt perfume on you or whatever
Yes.
they do. Yeah. So like, he's like, you want to be a dentist? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, well, I work 3 days a week. I make $100,000 a year. I'm like, well, I guess I get to pick.
Yeah.
So I literally call my parents, and this is no internet or anything, right? So my mom gets all of the dental school books sent, the little advertising stuff. And so I just took bio over the summer. I don't remember taking the DATs, but I do remember thinking Boston would be cool. And so it was one application, and you didn't have any special ones. You just filled it out, and it was like $100, $200, and then for $10 you could send it to other schools. So I'm like, I wanted to be in Boston, NYU, Tufts, all that stuff. I applied to those, and then so $10, I'm going to get my rejection letter from Harvard. It's going to be awesome because I still don't know what I'm going to do. This is just something I'm doing, and I get like an interview. I was like, oh, are you kidding me? And then
Plot twist.
plot twist. I wound up getting in, and so it's still I'm like, okay, God, I suppose this is a sign that I should probably go be a dentist. That was it. And
Divine intervention was how you got into
kind of.
dentistry.
If that guy wasn't at that grad school fair, I'd probably be a patent attorney or a high school chemistry teacher. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was literally one of those moments. And so.
And then you thought, I just love kids, so I'm going to do this all the time.
Well, no, I do love kids. I mean, that sounded bad, but like, I have 5 of them.
Yeah, I like them.
That's awesome.
But it wasn't like I had this. What it was is just your personality resonates with different groups. So I was not going to be a periodontist. Shout out periodontists. You guys are wonderful. We're all people think we're crazy. So like, it's just, but so it's just the people that I resonated with, like the crazy people like Eric and I, like we just have fun and rock and roll, and it's instant gratification all the time because, parents love what you're doing, and it's just fun and a challenge of it. So I just fell into pedo.
Maturity.
Well, that helps. Yeah. You could just,
We call it energy.
Well, I mean, imagine having a job that the more you say poop and fart, like the kids just laugh more, and like it's just amazing. Like,
yeah.
And the dad jokes.
Fact check. Just try that. Just say poop to the next kid you do an exam.
It's kind of like you get to be the uncle to all the kids that walk in, that you're like, look, I can say whatever I want to say. It is my job to make you have a lot of fun, and I don't have to deal with the collateral
Get
damage
to
of
nourish
going
your
home.
inner child.
I think there's so much
Uncle
said there that was so cool, because I found that, like, I'll be honest with you, like, I have no idea when I'm in the office why people actually like me. Like my wife, she's like, yeah, you're a little much. Because, you just say all the dad jokes, and we used to just sing the songs and singing and just having fun. And like,
oh, you're built for this.
Yeah, you just look at a teenager, you're like, oh my, you're going to get married? Like, what is that? You have a slime on your face, a stack of nickels in your brain. Let me scrape that off for you. Look at this. You're licking this. Like, that's so gross. And like the parents are like, go get him. And I'm just like being real, like,
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
I think authentic. They really just like authentic. But when you can be authentically you, and people like it, I mean, yeah.
That's the key.
I mean, my wife actually thinks Eric's the best dentist. Yeah.
She's a very intelligent woman.
Yeah, she's.
So, Dr. McMahon, what was your origin story?
I like how you said keeping it real. That makes me think like Dr. V from the instant, like I probably spent 10 minutes like actually talking with him. And right away I could tell that he was real. He's real with the bankers. He's real with his partners. He's real with everybody. So this is funny because in dental school, you think the answer would be like, why would you want to be a dentist? And everybody says, oh, I want to help people, make them smile, this, that, and the other. And a massage chair. I would like to own a massage chair. So this is what I said in dental school interview. And the only reason
that was your answer. Okay.
the only reason I got in is because, remember I told you in college, I didn't do anything except for get good grades. So I'm coming in there. And I love how Dr. V's story comes in. And he's like, yeah, I took the DAT. He doesn't remember taking the DAT. I do, because I studied that thing forever. And I came out, and in high school, I was a normal kid. I wasn't like some boy genius. I went to junior college and then regular college. So I wasn't expecting to get 99.9% on the DAT.
Sure.
So I crushed this thing. So I'm only applying to one school, the closest one to my house, because I'm thinking at that time I'm going to commute and save money.
Okay.
So you can get a massage.
Yeah, they don't grow
chair.
on trees, you know, Jason.
Yeah, I mean,
What?
He wanted the heated one.
But at one point in college, my best friend growing up, Dr. Dan Parrish, hopefully an MB2 guy eventually, and his uncle was a dentist, and he had a massage chair. And I had never seen that before. This was like, you can just sit in that thing, press a button, and you can just sit there and just relax for 20 minutes. It was, to me, back when like Nintendo came out and you could find out that you didn't have to pay quarters. That's how big it was to this massage chair thing to me. So that was it. That's why I just
simplicity of it.
did
I love it.
everything to be as best I could so I could become a dentist.
Massage
And that was it. I didn't know that there was specialists or anything.
I have never heard. How long
Why
have
do
you
you
known
think-
each other? I have never. This
Well,
is my best friend, and I
You
didn't
should pay
realize it was
attention. We have like
because-
3 massage
Yo,
chairs
they're
at
everywhere.
Smile
It's
Lab.
all coming full circle now.
So you know, it was an obnoxious answer, but it was real, and that's why I just really kind of fell in love with the culture here, because it's honest. And you know, even in dental school, shout out Dr. Dagoni for letting me in with that crazy answer, but it was honest. And then getting on to kids, that was, you know, at one point, like I said, I didn't know that there were specialties or anything about dentistry. So I was just going in.
You knew there were massage chairs.
I remember thinking, oh, cool. Once I get to dental school, I think you just have to graduate. That's it. Like, I didn't think there's any more grades.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I went to this, which
That was all the
I remember
headshots
I
in
remember
soccer.
I remember kids in college saying that. It's like, oh man, once you get to grad school, like you get A's and B's. Like they're not gonna fail you. Like you'll leave with a graduate degree and you'll get a job because you got a graduate degree. And I was thinking, I don't know that that's exactly how it works, but I'm with you. I
that was
understand.
my attitude going in.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, just deep breath. Because I was,
Like,
those
I'm
4
done
years were,
studying.
I was at the breaking point. And so, but at one point, shout out to Dr. Wood, it's our pediatric director, and he's like, you know, you're kind of good at this. And I'm like, I did the most implants in my school. Like I was
That's a fun fact.
superhero, titanium. I'm thinking adamantium. I'm thinking Wolverine. I'm like,
Yeah.
this implant stuff is really cool. So I want to learn this. It's the future. And I did the most in my class. It was crazy. And then I became a pediatric dentist because this one awesome doctor said, you're really good at this. You should try to do this. And so I did the whole application thing, and here we are. And we ended up going to the same residency. So that's how we kind
Is
of
that how y'all met?
Kinda. So he was 7 years ahead, and
And you caught up.
yeah, I got up. No, never. I'll never catch up. This guy has taught me so much. But in residency, we're all learning the same thing. And I, coming from California, it's pretty intimidating. So he was already at Harvard for dental school, and so I'm just going there for residency, and it's at the Children's Hospital in Boston. And you walk up this staircase, and there's literally Mona Lisa paintings of your faculty, like
Okay.
standing like.
Don't we have a room with our leadership
do.
team? Yep. Okay, just make
We'll
sure.
have to make sure you
I
guys
gotta
see
see
this.
that,
We've got
'cause-
they're like old prince and king portrait. Yeah, we'll
Okay,
show it to
but
you.
you know how people do that, like their dogs now, and like
Yeah.
they're really cool.
I feel like we're doing that after the podcast, right? We were posing. There's a couch or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So imagine this is actually when people just got paintings of themselves because they were important. So there's all these important people, and I'm from California, so I'm just trying to compensate in other ways. Like, yeah, I'll take out that tooth that everybody's afraid to. Like, I would just do whatever just to help, because I'm surrounded by all these super smart people, and I don't want to look like the slacker. And so I got the moniker Cowboy, and shout out. There's our beautiful wives. Hi. Shout out to Doc Hollywood, because I said Aladdin because that was parent facing, but Tombstone is really my favorite movie.
Yes.
And Doc Holliday was like the original dentist and very quotable. So when they're like, she called me a cowboy, thanks to Linda Nelson, because she loved him. And my plan after graduating was just to work in Boston and go back to California. And they're like, you might want to try this guy. He's a cowboy like you. And she meant it as like not an insult because she loved us, but like, you guys are just doing things different.
Yeah.
So I go out there. This is 3 hours away from Boston. I just drive out there. It's a random Friday of work. Everybody bought milkshakes. It was like the biggest party I've ever been to. And I've been working at 4 other offices that are just kind of normal. And so I knew it was something special.
It was the milkshakes.
He loves giving his team milkshakes. Still to this day, they're like, "Hey, give me the milkshakes." Now it's crumbled cookie.
Arm off for a milkshake right now. Sounds so good.
Yeah. So then, made the. And then once I was around him and seeing what he was doing and how much we were aligned, that was the start of a beautiful relationship.
What were those early days like? I mean, y'all worked really hard to get to a point where y'all are like, aha, we found like-minded people, we found a like-minded industry. But I feel like that's when the work really starts.
I mean, coming in from, he is a Jedi when it comes to when he goes on that floor, he's on show, and every patient, they're just enamored, and the parents are. So I'm usually pretty confident coming into these things, and I'm like second fiddle. No one wants to see me. They all want to see him. But the way it's structured is we were working opposite days. So I just show up and they're seeing me. And so I just had to fake it. That's when I was wearing. I was dressed like this, like going to work. And the superhero thing actually started because one day it was hot because he wasn't paying the air conditioning bill or something. I don't know.
We got milkshakes, bro.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We did the math real quick.
And I took off all this stuff because I was trying to look smart to these parents that were only going to listen to anything he said. And I had a Superman shirt underneath there, which is not my favorite superhero. I just
By
had it on.
happenstance?
It was on. I was going to go to the gym after.
You just
He's like,
don't
this is
roll
my-
with superhero.
It's like, this is my confidence when we started winning. And I was like,
It was it was an Under Armour made Superman stuff. It was pretty cool. And
okay.
and I have 70 shirts. I still wear them every day to work. But that was a day where I realized it's not about, the parents don't care how much you know and how smart you are. They care how much you care. And they could see the kids loved it instantly. Like, oh, Superman, now there's something for them to talk about. And they get excited. And then, we always had a very fun approach. And he was just doing it, crushing naturally. And then that kind of opened it up for me and how we start doing things.
That's cool.
So it was cool coming in to be intimidated and weird. And then all of a sudden just crushing it with the kids and the parents.
Like your stories as far as getting into pediatrics, it really resonates with me because I have always felt like, now I've got 3 boys, and they're 7, 10.
how many
and
kids
12.
do we have total amongst our podcast people today? You have
I've got 3.
You've got 5.
5, 5, 3,
Oh, geez. Half?
Half.
Yeah, 13
almost.
and a half.
Yeah.
But I have always felt like, especially now since I have kids, like I have always felt like I can relate to kids. And it's I don't know, it's like this connection of, okay, yeah, I can be goofy and talk about poop and pee and whatnot, or superheroes, or it just is so much, for me, easier than sitting across a table. It's kind of funny because that's what we're doing right now, talking about, 401ks and cholesterol. And I'm like, no, I'm more of like this. So that's super cool. Like I
JT's
love
at the kids' table at all the family functions.
Put me there 100% of the time. I love the fact that the Superman shirt was just happenstance. And it's like, oh yeah, like here we go. This unlocks everything.
No, it really did. It really did.
I think that just to that point, the unlock. So I've had the privilege of having so many associates that I work with and have mentored over the years, and watching them have children does change them. Mm-hmm. It's not relating to the kids though, because if you go into pizza, it's relating to the moms.
Yeah.
Because moms make 99% of healthcare decisions. I always laugh because board certified, Harvard trained pediatric dentist. You know where I go to the dentist? Wherever my wife tells me. Right?
Still.
Seriously. And but you get them. And I think so much of I don't know. I just never thought that the business of dentistry was particularly complicated. I just keep it simple as like, what do people want?
Right.
And give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
But you understand more for, when you have kids.
I will say I'm like the last of my friends to have kids, and I have a lot of disappointment in myself for how I handled it when they had kids because I didn't get it. And it's a very stark difference, not that anybody's doing anything wrong, between how I've had friends show up for me that have because they get it and ones that haven't because they don't. They're not supposed to. And now on the other side, I'm like, oh, I would have done things so much differently if I would have known.
It's just a perspective shift. So it's not right or wrong. It's just like you can't possibly know. And so it's just cool. It's always cool watching people grow in their ability to be like, oh, like dietary counseling. Like I can't even control what I eat. There is no more waste of breath of having to tell you about what to feed the kid. Because you know what you're going to do is anything you have to give them in order to make them quiet in the car ride.
Right.
So you give them different strategies. You're just more relatable. I think that's what he does so great. You know,
but not before kids. It really, like that example's so true. You're like, why can't they brush their kids for 2 minutes?
My kid's never going to have screen time.
Like
my kid's only going to eat real food.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Yeah. So anyway, it's just authenticity and just being real. He does it great. And, you know, we bring on doctors. I'm like, I don't want you to be the best me. Don't try to be me. How about we just maximize you?
Right.
Because I'm going to give a shout out to Layla because I always say this, whatever. Layla's been with us 10 years. She is the kindest, most just gentlest, just wonderful. My wife would much rather see Layla than me. She's just wonderful. But it's like she is amazing. She's a great pediatric dentist, and her being the best her, me being the best me, Eric being the best Eric. It's like we just want to optimize our doctors, have them have impact, and but be you, please, because
I mean that's where you're going to be most comfortable and ultimately most successful.
And you don't always have to be right, but you just be real, and people that goes so far.
Do you feel like that perspective was something you learned or that you've had? Like, I know you obviously have built something pretty incredible, but what was the original goal for your practice or the vision that you had?
I mean, it's okay. So the story of the lot just can't be. Remember, hold my beer. I guess I'm in Harvard. That was my story. Okay, yes. So I never grew up wanting to be a dentist. I never even, whatever. But I always had a pretty solid faith. And so my story is when we're clearly, you said divine intervention, but clearly it was. And so I happened to be Christian. So I felt like, okay, I've been gifted with the ability to do this. Yep. I don't know why people like me. You have to understand. I just literally be me and look at this, right? So I just knew that this was all a gift that was given to me. And one day I'm going to be held accountable for this. And so the idea, and when you believe that people are created in the image and likeness of God and they have worth, and I'm not in any way, shape, or form, don't think that I'm being condescending. I understand all the problems and all the things dealing with all insurances, but like I could never say, I didn't take that tooth out because you didn't have $100. So your kid's in pain. So we just knew we had to do it.
Yeah.
I just had to. And so that was the commitment. And then, you just start saying, well, how? It's not if, it's how. And so then a bunch of stuff we can talk about if you want to, but like things just ways of doing things changed. Mm-hmm. But
like what? You said we could talk about it if you want.
Well, okay. So I mean, the math of it is like,
well, this is when I enter in and he's trying to juggle seeing everyone in a normal office.
So it's just you by yourself.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have associates at that point? Or is it just you?
No. This isn't a me story. So I've had a few partners. I started with John Globerson. He was wonderful.
Okay. Shout out.
And then we transitioned in. I have another, Dr. Sani was a partner of mine for a little while, and then we split that practice up. And then I was on my own in Clifton Park where our practice started. And then multiple stuff. I mean, this story is not about me. This story is about the team.
It's about me.
It's all about Eric.
You guys are the voice of the story, though.
Yeah. So we just, it's all about, I mean, we have 200 people we work for. We basically, I always say, we get to pick why we're here, right? Because we own the practice. And then our job is to come around behind everybody and say, what do you need to do this? And
I love how you said that. When we talked about this, I do the same thing. Well, I'm going to tell you that you have 200 people that you work for.
Oh, yeah.
The conversation that I have a lot of times with doctors when we start having the partnership, exploring partnership, is that the docs don't work for us, quote unquote, us, the MB2 guys or the corporate, employees, the people here at headquarters. It's like, no. Dr. V set it out. It's like, no. we work for our doctors, and having like-mindedness, which we've already addressed, but that's just something I love hearing you say, which is like, look, I'm here for a purpose, and all these people are here, and they don't work for me. I work for them.
Yeah,
Which
all
is
of our
awesome.
owners are our bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
No.
cut you off. That's
But
awesome.
you hit on the fact that you have 200 employees. Like, that's what I'm curious about. Like, how did y'all get here? Because I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe you started off going, I would really like to have a bajillion-dollar practice and see a bajillion kids, but I anticipate that wasn't it.
Well, if you rewind to enter when you're trying to see all these kids. So the truth of the matter is, it's hard to see all kids. There's going to be a million things like that dental school interview when you're like, I'm going to help everybody in the poor. And then you get in real life and it's really hard because there's a lot of things you got to learn and there's a lot of people. And it's so much easier just take the ones that will pay you cash and insurance. Like it really is. But if you just do the right thing, we're going to see this kid. We don't know how. We don't know how we get paid from this insurance, if they even pay. But I mean, we still do procedures for 20 years. We've done sedation for 20 years for free. Like it just because we have to do it, and no one else is going to do it if we don't. So you have all these influx of kids, and you're like, how are you going to see them? And then the way you do that is you just keep growing and figuring it out. And that's how we got to 200 people, is just seeing the kids that no one else is seeing, and we just want to make it. Like, it really is, like, it makes your day. Like, that's why I will never retire from this job, because I don't consider it a job. I know people say that, but I get to go to work every day, and parents love us for helping their kids.
Yeah.
And they don't have, a lot of these people, they don't have anywhere else to go. Like, it's either they see us and they're stuck with us no matter what, or they're not seen.
Yeah, and they're in pain. And
early on, I just remember this, it was sad, but this little girl, and everybody was like teasing her for being chubby and chunky, and beautiful girl. Like, she came in and she had no insurance, and she had bilateral facial cellulitis from like abscesses in her teeth.
Huh.
Can you break that down? Our listeners were just asking.
So
what
it's
that
just
means.
like a big cavities in teeth that have been untreated for. This girl was first or second grade.
Wow.
Like, she was in school, and they just thought she was chubby. She was not at all. She was a skinny little girl with just swollen chipmunk cheeks because she's been untreated because she didn't have insurance for so many years. And then somehow she stumbles upon her office, antibiotics, teeth are out, and it's just like, it's good because she went instantly. It's a good thing. It doesn't work on adults. It's not that fast. You're not going to lose 20 pounds in your face.
Yeah.
But it was just that moment. It was like, she would have just kept going around and around, just being teased for being chunky.
And then created her whole identity around it.
And then it shapes their life. And it's like, we can really change the lives of children. But why not do it to all children? Like, we do believe that all children are created in the image and likeness of God. So why not see them all?
That's what I think is so impressive about pediatric dentistry, because I know 3 out of the 4 of us sitting here feel like they really relate to kids. I never totally did. They made me a little uncomfortable. I didn't grow up around kids. No offense. But I think that, doing integration for 7 years and being a part of private practice, joining us, being in pediatric dental offices was really hard. It was fun when the kids were excited and having a good time. And it was devastating when a parent was begging to miss a payment so that they could afford Christmas presents that year, or hearing kids crying and freaking out. And it was just not something that I would do a good job at. And I think that it takes very special people to not only do it, but have a passion for it.
I think, talk about perspective shifts. Okay, so if you ask me what I do, I would say I help people feel like they're valued, and we eliminate access to care, and we do that by being pediatric dentists. So I will always do that. Mm-hmm. And when we make people feel valued, it's not just the kids. Like, I can't scream at my staff, make them feel valued. That's why we say we come behind everybody and say, we're doing this thing. And it's just that, Eric said it, people are created in the image and likeness of God. They have worth. And we make them feel like they're worth something. We just do teeth. So if it was all about teeth,
that'd be creepy.
We wouldn't. Well, that's most dental practices, right? It is. They are teeth.
Sorry.
But if it was all about teeth, and we probably wouldn't. And I remember Eric and I, we early on we said, okay, our practice needs to be different than a couple of good guys that own a practice,
right?
Because, well, if you believe in a God that speaks planets into existence, like, wow. we should be doing things differently. And we never dreamed this. I mean, I wouldn't have dreamed this. I mean,
Right.
I mean, I don't know how, I mean, it's insane. Whenever we have associates go to meetings, we're like, okay, cut the numbers in half. Nobody's going to believe you.
So even when I came in, I'm like, you can't do this. It's not possible. And then you're just thrown into the mix. And I like to call it the crucible, because you just have all these kids coming in and we're just figuring it out and just making us better. And there's this video I got to send you guys. It's my favorite one, describing of doing things different, like he's saying. And it's just like this professional basketball player at one of those Dave & Buster's things, just sinking every free throw shot. And he gets like 60, which is like the highest score in the game. And then it pans over to this other guy, and it's this little teeny dude, and he's got two hands, and he's going, you've seen that guy, right?
Yeah, I've seen it, yep.
So
I haven't seen it. Somebody sent it to me.
great.
basically, he's just taking two, like basketball's as fast as they'll come, and he's left hand, right hand, left hand. He's just doing it different. This guy's got perfect form. He's doing everything right, and everything's been taught. And this guy's just like, well, I got to somehow figure out how to get all these basketballs in. Let's do it as fast as I can. And he's just boom, boom, boom. And he crushed it.
Same
and
outcome, different.
It just like, he's making the basket. He's like,
Yeah.
like 300 more baskets. So we can't tell people that we're seeing 300 more baskets. We just say we do like 100. But the only reason that guy figured that out is because the basketballs are coming. He had to figure out what to do. So you just get better and better, knowing like, if we're going to see this basketball, how are we going to do it? And part of it's just, you grow, and that's why we love our team. Like, we can't do without our team. We shout out to the Smile Lodge, because, we can't do without them, and we tell them this all the time, and they know this, which is great.
Well, and it goes back to your leadership point, which is, I don't need you to be like me. I need you to be the best version of you. This kid's not going, I need to have perfect form and get a lower score. He's like, I'm going to figure out how to do the best that I can with what I've been given.
Yeah.
And for the team, it was so funny going through this process, because I guess people know we're joining MB2, and we just went through this whole process. And, when it was interesting, because I thought we're going to be talking to really smart business people on the other side of the table.
I beg your pardon?
And we did at MB2.
No, they talked to Omar.
I was like, where's this going? This is going badly.
No. So, we're sitting there going, like, people would question us, like, what's your plan to increase your profit margin? I'm like, I have no plan. In fact, I'll probably decrease my profit margin. And I'm like, well, what are you talking about? I'm like, it's a percentage, bro. Like, that's one of the three numbers. Like, hammer the top line. Would you rather have 25% of a watermelon or 50% of grape? So literally in one of these meetings, I got so frustrated. I'm like, yeah, I got this company. It's terrible. They only have a 2.3% profit margin. The poor guys only did $20 billion last year. They're called Walmart. Like, what are you talking about? So going back to the staff, so many people look at labor as an expense to be minimized. We look at it as an investment to be optimized.
Yeah.
And we don't just say that to associates. Like, we say that to all of our team. Like, I want it to matter that they saw you today.
Yeah.
Right? Because really what we're doing, especially seeing, I hate saying we see the underserved. We just see kids. We just don't make a distinction of how you're served. And we don't have a Medicaid office. We treat everybody like
Regardless
they're
of-
fee first. I don't know. Again, I come across preachy, and I don't mean
But that
to.
is like our dream. If you go to a hospital, it's just a hospital. Like, they just take insurance. Like, everybody's seen at the hospital. In dentistry, it's a little different. Like, it depends what insurance you take. Like, it really does. So, if one day we can solve this problem where every kid can just go to the dental place and be seen, and they're treated well, like,
And treated the same.
that's a win.
Yeah.
We have a partner in North Carolina who same exact kind of, I'll say, approach, where they've got a general practice and a pediatric practice. And I was talking to him about verifying benefits, just like asking some general questions. And he was like, honestly, he's like, yeah, we do. He's like, but it doesn't matter to me. He's like, if the kid needs something, like, we're going to do it. I don't care what the insurance company says, because it's a need, and that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And like that, like, again,
The integrity
we
of the
talk about
profession.
relating to parents and understanding that, the parent-child relationship. Like, I do anything I could for any of my kids. And so hearing that from you guys, hearing that from Dr. Hatcher, shout out Dr. Hatcher, it's the same thing. It's like, okay, like, you guys get it. And it is, I oftentimes tell my kids, like, just do the right thing and good things will happen. He's like, because they are bound to happen. If you continually do what's right And Dr. V even says this. He's like, look, we're not going to go drive for profit here or there. He's like, if we treat our patients the right way, if we are supporting our partners the right way, like good things are going to happen. We've got years and years and years of track record that shows that. Like, we're not thinking about squeezing a profit margin. And I like the watermelon grape. Like, that's
Yeah,
pretty
that really
great.
mind boggled me for a second.
But
I mean, I got it, but it
it's
took a
just-
second.
Because you're thinking about all the sizes the baby gets as it further along.
yeah, what size is your kiddo right now? Mango,
Cucumber?
cucumber? I don't.
That's not one of them.
No, it's not one
I'll
of them.
show you. It's not watermelon. But you did touch on MB2. So you've obviously built a pretty impressive business. What got you to the point where you were like, maybe we consider an alternative path?
I think it goes back to when Eric was an amazing associate and wanted to become a partner. So at the time, we're in a pediatrician's basement, 4,000 square feet. And I'm like, Eric, like, I love you. I don't really want partners, but I do want to partner with you because I can't do this all on my own. Like, once you get to a certain size, we always say it's like the bacon and egg breakfast, like the chicken's interested, but the pig is committed. Like, you need somebody else that's committed.
I like that one.
Wait for it. You'll get it. Come on,
I'll
sir.
get it in about 3 hours.
Okay. So anyways, I needed somebody else committed, but I'm like, I can't. Like, you can
I
buy,
get it.
you can buy. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
You guys want to just like, yeah. Okay.
You're so authentically you. It's wonderful. So anyway, just the best you, Sarah. Anyway, so I'm like, hey, you can buy in, but like literally as an associate in 2 years, that buy-in, I'm breaking even off of you. We don't have any more square footage. So then the idea came, well, what if, well, actually the pediatrician we were going to rent the upstairs. He was going to charge us a lot more money, like increase the whole rate. I'm like, well, for that much money, I can build my own building. And so then we started looking for property, and then the lodge came. And so I said, well, wait a minute. What if you join me, I get the buy-in from Eric, and then we double the top line. So now I get the buy-in, and I'm making the same, and I got an awesome partner who's my best friend, and we're just kicking butt and seeing what we can do. And that happened. And so...
But that's just one brain.
Yeah. And then so this, I got a tremendous amount of credit to Tusk. There are guys that represented us, Kevin and the gang, Alex, Josh. And we were thinking, okay, I need 5-year optionality. Most people, when they do a private equity deal, take as much cash off the table as you possibly can. Holdco is a little bit, you never know. Right. And that was it. And it was in Kevin and the guys putting all the options in front of us. We hadn't even considered this as an option. And then
how did you get to Tusk? Like, how did you first say, bring us options?
Well, we interviewed probably about 4 or 5 different. We went investment bankers and a couple sell side reps.
But you just hit a point in the cycle of your business where
he was
like,
going to get to the point of we doubled it when there was just 2 of us.
Yeah.
But now we have this thing, right. Our baby. We call it our baby. But we love the lodge and we love everything it stands for. But it's like, in order to take this somewhere else, you can't do this. You could do this on your own. It would be impossible. It's like V trying to do this by himself. Like,
that makes sense.
You need a team of awesome people.
Ready for the next step.
Right.
We know how long it's taken to get our awesome people to where we're at. But then you guys, we're almost at the same 20 year, like we're very similar in our tracks of growth. So it's like really cool to be, oh, they got these awesome people that are doing all the things that we're always trying to figure out on our own.
Yeah.
So it's like having a partner now that's just 2 brains to like 500 brains that are actually working in the same direction. That's how you're going to scale and have one in, what'd you say, Ohio this morning?
Yeah. But the math is, okay, the JV model never really occurred to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is cool. We'll go 49%. We'll more than double the top line. We're back where we are. And we're part of a great group of people, a great community of people, like-minded people, all doing this together. Like, because, you get to be, I'm 53. I've done 25 years of 4-quadrant dentistry. That's like 100 years of normal people dentistry. And I'm not done. I still love it. But like after a while, you start to look around and go, how long can you do this?
Right.
And then you have to switch curves, right? Like you got to, maybe your fluid knowledge and what you're doing with your hands gets smaller, but all the stuff you've learned, well, how can you apply that and maximize impact? Because remember, we want to solve access to care. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to do that. And MB2 is going to help us. And it's going to be awesome. And one day we'll be doing this with the 100th Smile Lodge. That's all over the United States. That's the vision, right? So because the model works. But anyway, so working with this group became a no-brainer. You said it, like we sat down with.
Well, it was also the growth thing was important because we're like, how do we do this beyond here? But another thing you said that dawned on me was we have 200 employees and it's just us. Like if we forget to check one box or do something, like our team is awesome, but it's just everything that we're just learning this together and it's a small group. So, but we have all these employees and we crushed COVID, like we really did. We had meetings with the team every week, and we were trying to pay them our bank account. And then all of a sudden, the government's like, "We're going to give you all the money." It was crazy.
Okay,
but
the Wild West.
We've been through some tough things, but it's like if we would have made the wrong decision just because it's just two of us, there's 200 people that are counting on us. Like we don't want to be bad owners, even when we're doing our best. So. It's nice to have a whole team of people like HR, forever, IT, like all these things you guys have here is so helpful, and I can't imagine.
I also think it comes down to just sitting at the table. We had some really good groups, and it wasn't just MB2. There were some really quality people that we met. A lot of those quality people, though, were with equity groups, and they were a team, and they were coming in. I'm like, I love you guys, but like you left somewhere to come here. Where are you going to be
Next.
in 7 years? So like your game is the recap game.
Yeah.
My game is solving access to care, two different things. But it comes down to people. Like people meet Eric and I know you guys are nuts. And I met V for 10 minutes. We're just walking around the parking lot of my place. He's like, yeah, you can recognize crazy in a good way. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be a fun ride. So
look, I just met you guys this morning for the first time. I've heard your name, obviously have been, at least knowledgeable of what's been going on, but yes, crazy in a very good way. And I think that it is going to be a lot of fun.
I really thought, you said it's the people, you said it's the support. I thought it was Buc-ee's. I thought that's what really
you're going to Buc-ee's, yeah.
That was really it. That's the honest answer. We got to be real.
Well, that's how we knew. Like, so we're at the country club and it's fun and we're eating and, it's cool. And my wife has like a totally attainable bucket list, right? Like she's just like,
what's one of the other things on there?
Torchies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's you said you met your wife in Boston.
Yeah.
Was she originally from the South or Texas?
No. She was a nurse.
Okay.
And she was a nurse at Mass General.
So how does she know about Torchies and Buc-ee's?
Well, she's on Instagram and stuff. Well, we've been to a Buc-ee's before this Buc-ee's. Okay. But we might have been to Buc-ee's we're literally fleeing Florida in a hurricane and there's a Buc-ee's and it's like the end of the world. And she's like, Buc-ee's, let's go. I'm like, I'm in there for 5 minutes. I'm like... protecting her, like this place is getting looted, and she's like, "Oh, wall of jerky." I'm like, "Come on, honey, we gotta go." But we're at the dinner, and
and this is like a dinner, like very fancy, nice dinner. Like I walk in, and I'm dressed nice right now, but these places intimidate me because it was like a country club or something, and they're like, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes is sitting over there." I'm like, "Wait, what? Can I leave?" So this is what I love. Another story. V probably has a million stories, but he's just ordering. Every appetizer ordered it. Just doesn't want to. He just wants to get to talking in Detroit, not this long process of ordering dinner. Yeah. So he just kind of orders stuff. We get our dinner. He's about to order dessert. Same thing. He's gonna be all bring it all out. And Amy, his sweet little wife, just says, "Oh, we were gonna go to Buc-ee's for dessert." And then, all right, scratch that order. All right, we're going to Buc-ee's. And he's like, "We're out." And then 20 minutes later, we're at Buc-ee's, and first time I've ever seen it. So, they've talked it up, and I hear Walmart, gas station. Okay, well.
I'm so sorry. I'm so obsessed with her. I feel like that's something I do. Like, this is very sweet, but I really had my heart set on those sweet beaver nuggets.
Same. I'm also obsessed with her.
Yeah, we're this probably the best desserts coming in the world because we're this nice, but
she just was really set
and
on it.
She was right because whatever. I mean, so we're at. Just like kids in a toy store, and we're going through Buc-ee's, and I love it because Omar's literally holding 800 pounds of stuff.
He's got like 7 pounds of jerky, fudge, beaver nuggets.
Omar got so much more shredded.
Yeah, he was shredded.
Then. And that was a great trip because most people can't pivot like that. And I think in V's podcast, he was saying something. The moral of it was people don't know what they're doing. You just keep doing it. And the people who pretend they know what they're doing, they don't. Yeah. And you just keep figuring it out. So to take a pivot like that from like fancy dinner to like, we're going to Buc-ee's like that, like these are the decisions we make on a daily basis. And if you don't make them quick and you keep pondering upon, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
And I just got to do it. Otherwise, you're just going to sit there and waste time. So, and it's usually not the right answer, but you eventually figure out the right one. You get to that point. So, sorry about that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's like you make the choice, we'll make it right.
that was an alignment moment. I mean,
like that.
being real was an alignment moment, and you could tell that right away that he's just honest. And then the pivot to go to Buc-ee's was actually like a thing for me.
It's such a fun
I
story.
will say that meeting V at the restaurant was cool, and we had met him before, so we knew. But Carol,
Oh,
I
a
mean,
saint.
so
She's
fun.
amazing.
Talk about authentic and relatable. And, you know, it's kind of like when people meet me, they're like, oh, we like you, but we really like Amy.
Yes.
You know, and I mean, it's not that I like V. I mean, he's probably going to watch this, but Carol is just
She's a
awesome.
literal angel.
Oh, my gosh. And you're like, you know, like when people meet me, like, I don't know, I could take him or leave him. But like when they see Amy, they're like, okay, he's got to be good if somebody like her is with him for so long.
She likes him. There must be more.
Yeah, exactly. And so Carol really is seriously like, you don't know, and everybody's putting on the dog and pony show for you when you come through. And, but the authentic, like, I just like, authentic beats cool every day, you know?
We go-
Authentic is
our
cool.
wives are usually right. So like we knew right away, like the second we got home, Megan was writing a CNC, you know, Chris and Carol music. Like she was writing this music for MB2 just because she loved them so much. Like it was just like,
Yeah.
and you know, it's like cracks me up because like Carol's very similar to our wives the way that we are. And I think V said it best in his podcast was something like, we're complete opposites, but we have a lot of similarities and makes it work well.
Yes.
So I think that's the same for us as well.
I've got to pivot to one last thing before we let you guys off the hot seats. Dad jokes have been thrown around. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh, gosh.
Do you have a good dad joke? I can lead. I have one.
Okay, let's see.
yeah.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't you give me your best one? I'll give you my best one, and we'll vote.
And then I'll take the ones I stole from him.
Okay.
I
don't
can't
have
say
any.
that it's my best one. It's the only one that I
Okay.
can think of. But hey, Sarah, do you know where dads keep their information?
No.
Data bank.
Yeah,
Oh, we get
that's good.
Oh,
Sarah.
I was trying to be like the audience laughing. That was great.
So what I always will do is because I tell them all the time with the kids. So, well, what grade are you in? Oh, well, my favorite one to do is in a dad joke. That when they're in third grade, I'm like, multiplication tables. I'm so good at multiplication tables. My zeros are fire. Ask me one. And the assistants will always be like, what's 400? I'm like, 0. And they're like, yes. And like the kids. So that's fun.
awesome.
And then, but I'll be like, oh yeah, third grade. That's where I discovered in the Adirondack Park, there's a whole area of deer and they're born without eyes. And you know what you call them? And they're like, no. I'm like, no idea. And then they've got these native right next door and they don't have eyes or legs. You know what you call them? Still no idea. And it's hysterical. Or the health class one.
He's like, I've got him on.
Oh, yeah. It's like, eighth grade. That's when I learned the difference between roast beef and pea soup. Do you know the difference? Like, oh, you can roast beef, but shouldn't pea soup. And then they're like, but you're at the wrong doctor. Or, you know.
I
That's
don't
amazing.
think we need to vote. I think I know who wins that.
Yes.
Very
I mean, my
simple.
wife grew up with, like, she was assistant for him going to dental school. So she is listening to this 100 times a day, over and over, the same jokes. And it's just funny because she's one of those that she loves him more and more every time she hears it. He's laughing. Everybody else is like, oh, here he goes with the no idea. But
I love it.
million.
10 out of 10.
my favorite one, and the joke is I steal all the jokes from him because I do. 'Cause I'm good at remembering things. He says these things, and one of my favorites is we have panoramic X-rays, and we're always showing the parents like, here's your kid's skeleton, and if there's a sibling, my cue is to start asking if someone's eating boogers. Because see this right here, and again, poop boogers. The second you start pointing
why I
out
couldn't do it.
fake boogers on this thing, like it gets a lot of laughs, and it's like my favorite. But if they don't have a kid, we always talk about how big their brain is and how smart they're going to be. Another way to pick these kids up, because some of these kids might come in thinking they're stupid because their parents are young. We don't know. We just want to make sure that they have the best experience when they're at the lodge. And our entire team's goal is just to make kids smile. Like that's why they're there, and the parents.
Can I say one story that I teach the team off of? Just like what you
Absolutely.
said. And this is a really this will be the essence of what we're doing. It's
Perfect
not
way to
it's,
leave
it's
us.
not teeth. So there's a story which I believe is true, but I don't know. So it's a little girl, cleft and palate, and she's in school, but she's always concerned about how she looks, and she just gets F's. And I just get emotional telling the story. So second grade, it comes around, she gets another F, and the teacher's walking around the room, and the teacher leans down. She goes, you know what? I wish you were my little girl. Changes her whole perspective. Changes her whole perspective. And she winds up doing well and then winding up, apparently she's a doctor. And so it's just like, guys, you know, you get these kids, and because you see the underserved,
Yep.
I mean, you're seeing this little beautiful kid, and, you know, I mean, I'm not judging, but the parents smell like weed, and it's like, what is this life like? But for 30 minutes, we get to hit pause and be like, how big is your brain? I mean, are you in third grade? Like, and the kids are like in kindergarten. They're like, no, what are you gonna? You're gonna change the world. I'm always doing this. Like, you're gonna change the world. Now it's easier to do it with teeth. So how about we get this slime off your face? But like, really, you're gonna, you know, that's why you get a get to job. It's just not a got to job, because you just get to really be that influence. And all it takes is, I mean, I remember my third grade teacher made me think I was smart. I have no idea if I'm smart. That's what I tell the patients, or the parents. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm good at this, guys. It just keeps showing up, and I've been doing it 26 years. I found a lot of ways to do it wrong. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, but like, can you make them believe, and the poor people, they don't believe that they can make a choice that impacts their future. This is why oral health is so awesome, right? So they've never seen it modeled. They have generations of people that have never made a choice that has impacted their future. That's why I love my diverse staff, because I can tell them that they can change the world. And they believe I think it's true, but they don't know that it's true. But I'm like, could you do this? Could you give me 2 weeks? It's going to hurt. It's going to be sore because your face is infected. Let's be real. Okay, but it can't be infected. So if we could do this for 2 weeks, it's not going to hurt anymore. And then it's going to be healthy. And this slime won't be there. And I feel like if we can get them to do that, then maybe what else can I change?
Yeah.
So I don't get it. What gets me out of bed in the morning isn't like, oh, I hope we get a class 1 malocclusion. Oh, look at the marginal ridge. Like, I don't know. I mean, and there are dentists that love it for dentistry. We have some. But we got a dentist.
We need good dentists.
Lawrence Chen is probably the smartest dentist. He's got titles. Shout out Dr. He's got titles of books that I don't even understand the title, and I'm a dentist. Wow. Okay, like he's got more, you know. So dentistry, everybody does it for lots of different reasons. But for me, if it's about teeth, you're just missing it. And I feel like there's lots of good reasons why people don't see all kids. It really is, and I don't judge it. But I think that's what the unlock is here. I really believe that most people want to, they just don't know how, because they haven't figured out basic business, margin, volume over margin.
Boogers and poop.
You know.
Yep.
And a lot of boogers and poop. Anyway, I'll get off the soapbox, but
No,
that's what matters. That's what gets you up in the morning.
That was
That's
a perfect outro for us.
I love that.
Is there, I mean, I don't even want to ask the question. I ask everybody if there's anything we didn't get to that you wanted to talk about, but you got to beat that. That story's got to be beat if we're going to do it.
I'll beat it.
Thumbs?
He said I'll beat it.
Oh, yeah. Well, so.
Well,
Hold on.
So there.
What's happening?
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Where is it?
This is like the origin of the Smile Lounge. This is like not the superhero
Oh,
thing,
no.
but
Hold on.
you good. Sorry, he's got to get ready for
I don't
this
know where
one.
it is.
I don't know. He pulled his wallet out.
For
I
our
think he's-
listeners
yeah,
that are
he's
fumbling
paying
around
attention.
with his clothes.
Okay.
So, you know, we're all about having fun. And we have these kids that sometimes are terrified. So, like, you know, when you think, like, what's the next dental technology? And you're like, oh, x-ray, isolite. You know, for us, it's like, what's the next best distraction thing that we can get a kid to, like, love? So we would have this thing where we'd stand and we'd go near the kid and we'd grab this x-ray thing. And then I would just throw it to my buddy across the room.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
he'd grab it. And then I'd grab it and I'd throw it and I'd throw it. And then I'd throw it up to him.
Catch it and you pop it in here. Pull out this here. Throw it away.
Throw it here. And then kids love it. And then they're so distracted.
Do you want to try?
That was the coolest
was
thing
cool.
I've ever seen.
Yeah, you can like be
Mind
like,
blown.
it's
hot. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. There we go.
Got him.
That is
amazing.
so cool.
Yeah, here.
Yeah,
I wanna
you
actually-
guys can have these.
but I do-
These are gifts to you guys. I hope that you
Yeah.
guys take more.
You can have magic thumbs and cupcakes.
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
So we should ask Jeff if he thinks it's a good idea for future guests all to bring you something, and we can have like the table behind you with magic thumbs and
That's
cupcakes.
cool.
I'm so sorry. Can you do that one more
your
time?
Your kids will
you-
love this.
No, I don't want to do it. I want y'all to do
My
it.
7-year-old yesterday was showing me a trick, and I don't exactly know what he was doing, but he was like, "Watch, Dad, I've got it. You know, something over here," and it was exactly what you guys are doing. And he's like, and then I can throw it over here, you know, and he's do a little, and I was like, "Oh, and that's
So
really
he's just a little old that you can't go home and fool him.
no. Well, he'll love it. He'll just.
I'm fooled. What are you talking about?
So here's a
He's one of
magic
those-
trick, Sarah, you can do. It works great on sedated kids.
Wow.
They're like, oh, I'm like, yeah.
How'd you do that?
Yeah, super.
No, I won't.
That was so fun.
I won't fool my kid, but he's one of those kids that he'd be like, how does that work, Dad? I want to get really, really, really good at that. Show it to me. And he'll think that it's the coolest thing ever. We were actually in New York earlier this year, and we walked into a toy store, and they had like a magic set, and there was a guy there doing tricks. And
I
he
used to
stood
love
there,
that.
and he was like,
Yeah.
that's what I want, Dad. And I want that trick too. And I want to learn how to do this. And he thought, and again, I going back to like believing in yourself, and sometimes kids just need to understand that, hey, the sky is the limit, no matter where you came from. But my not 7-year-old, he's 10. Sorry, my 10-year-old, he's got these big aspirations and dreams and goals and ideas. And honestly, like to my brain, like, dude, I don't think that that's possible.
I hope
But
he's
who
not
am I?
listening.
But no. But here's the thing. Like I talked to my wife about this. Like, who's to say that I'm the guy that can tell him it's not possible? Like, no, man, you want to do that? Like, let's go do it. Go figure it out. And so, yeah, he would get these and be like,
That
no,
is
I
so
want to.
cool.
I want to see it. I want to learn it, and I want to be so good at it that everybody in my school is like, whoa.
I just think that that's such a good. I did integration for a little while, and I have some like weird stories. And I was telling one, which is why I was a little bit late. But like I had a guy once say, like, you know how I get kids to behave in the chair? I feel like this would have done it. I don't feel like he had to go as far as he told me he went, which that's a story for offline. But I like the creativity and the ongoing, like, how do we constantly come up with something new and interesting so these kids are not behaving but distracted.
Oh. Well, sorry, guys. Dr. McDonnell, Dr. McMahon, thank you guys for joining us today. This was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Thank you both.
Yeah, surprisingly, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's for the I expected to
I
sit
had
across
very
smart
low
people.
expectations as well, Sarah, so that's interesting.
Oh my gosh. MB2 Undergrounders.
Help us
it.
welcome our 800 practice.
That's it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
800.
go.
That's it for today. I think there's a lot of nuggets that we can take. One that I wrote down that I really liked is go find you a get-to job, not a got-to job.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, remember, figure out your purpose,
there you go.
and then your job is just how you accomplish that purpose. Because
Means to
then
an
you
end.
won't arrive.
Yeah.
If you don't arrive, because when you arrive, some of the most miserable people I know have their job as their purpose. And then it could be, well, we're selling the practice, so I guess we're done.
There we go.
And then, I mean,
Now what?
I like golfing and fishing, but, it only has a change up. Like, let's have a job that you never want to not do.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Cheers.
Take care.